This is the secret weapon. No, not really the secret weapon. What's going on, everybody? It's me, Justin, with BellLife, or AKA Dum Dum. Today we are doing something a little bit different. Not really different. Y'all seen it in the past. Golly, I don't know, three or 4 weeks or however long it's been. It's been a minute. Brantley's really liking the racing, so which is awesome because I love racing too or whatever. But it's not awesome being old and fat racing. It was awesome when I was like 22 and 185 pounds. It's a little bit harder to do when you're 255 pounds and 34 years old. So I'm in the vet class now. So anyways, the game plan is here. What we're trying to do is trying to get this bike turned into the secret weapon. And the secret weapon on a motocross bike, before motocross bikes had Woods version bikes, in that meaning I'm meaning like Kawasaki has a KX 450X, which is their Woods version, which has an 18-inch rear wheel, has this kickstand, and has a little bit bigger tank. And that's what this video is about. This tank on this bike is, I think, 1.5 gallons. And I think you all hopefully saw in the last race, I have to pit about an hour in and put fuel in. And it takes like, 30 or 40 seconds, which isn't a big deal because I'm not like a pro or nothing or whatever. But it would still be cool not to have to stop and get fuel and, save time or whatever. So this bike's a 2009 YZ450. And finding parts for this is a little bit harder than finding parts for a new bike because how old it is. But we got one. Oh crap. Right here. So this is a Clark oversized tank. So this tank is, I think it's like 3.1 gallons, something like that. 3.1 gallons. And obviously we'll be able to go 2 hours if we had to with this. So that's a cool perk to that. But I actually had this tank on, a pretty good reason why I got this bike too was, well, that it was it's cheap, very cheap. The second reason I got this bike was I actually had 3 2009 YZ250Fs, and if you guys follow Yamaha, their frames changed in like 2010, and I haven't really ridden one since, with the reverse motor and all that kind of stuff. But this frame is basically the same frame as the 250F was in 2009, and this thing handles awesome. The only thing that kind of stinks about it is the no electric start. That does suck. You've seen in the videos of me stalling and stuff, but I mean, whatever, it's all right. So hopefully the time that we stall will be made up for not having to stop and get fuel. So, got to do a couple little modifications to this thing right here. So, the last guy put this hour meter. It's got 33.5 on it now. It had like 29.1 on it when I got it. You can kind of see with racing, obviously, it doesn't look like it did when I got it. But it's a lot. It's not too bad right now, but so gotta take the seat off, gotta pull the shrouds off, take the petcock out of this tank, swap it around. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal or whatever, but I was gonna set you all up and see if y'all wanna watch this or not. Should be pretty cool. It's kind of nice having the garage a little bit bigger now. You all saw, if you pay attention in the vlog, we got Michael's bike is in the cistern. So 2 Harleys in here, man. The street glides, that Harley, they're like freaking 10 feet long and 4 feet wide, and this is a little tiny garage. It doesn't have not a whole lot of room in here, but let's sit down. But overall experience with this bike so far has been actually really good. Not bad at all. Probably, maybe go right there. Good enough. But the only thing I've done to it is put a skid plate on it, put heavy duty tubes in it, And the reason for heavy duty tubes is for getting flats. You know, obviously you don't want to get a flat in a race because that would, you know, suck. I'll turn this over here a little bit for y'all. Put tires on it. Tube, skid plate. The exhaust was already on it. Put an O-ring chain on it. Bark busters, and now we're putting a tank. Man, I do have a daggone. I have a spark plug too. I'd like to throw a spark plug in this thing while I got it apart, but I don't know how long it's been since it's had a spark plug. So I thought about. It's funny, we got freaking tool bags from bikes over the years. It's from Husenberg. Another kind of funny story. Last week when I was getting ready for that last race, Lake was in here with me, and she was. If you know anything about these KTM or they used to give out toolkits. These little toolkits right here, really all. They got different proprietary, however you say that. They only fit on these T handles, these little sockets. See, that's a KTM T handle on a Husenberg. So if you lose one of these, you can't replace it with a normal socket because it's different. So Lakeland was playing with them, and looked on the ground. I'm like, man, all the freaking sockets are gone. And I asked her where the sockets were. It's an 8. And she's like, I don't know. So I looked all around, and I found sockets were on the freaking. She had them plate on the motor. So I found them, and we went to the race and all that stuff, and got back, and I get this nipple off here. I'll get that in a minute. Was washing the bike, and in the skid plate was a she took one of these and put this and dropped it down in there, and the skid plate was the skid plate held that socket the whole time. So that was kind of funny. But so this tank should be about perfect, hopefully. A little bit bigger tank so we can go a little bit longer. Fork seal over here is leaking pretty good, so gonna have to have the suspension needs to be redone anyways, obviously, because you know I'm 260 pounds. It's probably not exactly set up for my weight, so I need suspension, and probably this winter, sometime before, you know, the IXCR season starts in February, I think, and probably have the suspension maybe revalved and resprung for my weight, and it'll be a little bit better. So I don't know, just still kicking around the idea. I'd like to get those Hondas are pretty, man. Those Hondas, the 450, I think they're RXs, are pretty cool. Man, that's tight. Obviously, I like Yamaha, but like I said, I don't really know how I feel about that whole backwards frame deal, that backwards motor deal. Sorry, not frame. And man, wow. So I'm thinking if everybody sticks with it and they want to keep doing it, you know, hopefully we'll just might get a Honda down the road or something, you know, and then maybe use this bike kind of like for a practice bike. If y'all watch dirt bike riding and stuff, obviously the only way to really get get in better shape on a dirt bike is to ride the dirt bike. But riding these things, stuff like that, man, right off the bat. Are you kidding me? I gotta pull the air filter anyways, but I didn't want to get all sticky right now. Damn. Riding dirt bikes is, you know, it's pretty, tires, chains and sprockets and brake pads and all that kind of stuff. It's really nice to have two bikes. You know, maybe eventually turn this into somewhat of a practice bike. So then, there's your filter. So that, so I won't tear it up as much. Not tear it up as much. I'm saying, like, if you had this bike and then say had a Honda you know, then you can, shroud's off. Then you could ride this bike through the week to kind of stay in shape, and then you could take and race the Honda on the weekends. So your Honda could always be ready to go, and then really you're just a little bit less maintenance. That's what I'm getting at. Let's see what we got over here now. Haven't changed one of these in a minute. I guess we gotta take that off. Check this out. Forgot about the spark plug thing. I might have to go get a spark plug. I don't have a wrench over here. The socket thing that holds the spark plug in place, you know. But I think I gotta take this hour meter off too. I'm not sure if y'all can still see or not. I'm not sure. See, it's being held on with those two Phillips head screws, so not 100% sure how this thing comes off, because I've never seen a jet bike with an hour meter on it. So you gotta take this off to get to that bolt. Let's see here. Yep, just like that, just a little mount. Get these screws out. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it fits with the new tank, maybe. If not, hour meter might be coming off. Never know. Okay. Let's see. But I'll wash your little mount thing. I personally like the look of an oversized tank on a dirt bike. I think they look cool. Looks wise, you know. This thing's still got a lot of gas in it. You know, I think they look cool, so it's off right now. So, but then they're also a good thing to have as well, you know, for functions, so you don't have to stop for fuel. So, let's see if we got some pliers in here. We don't. Pliers are over there. Stopping for fuel thing, it stinks a little bit for sure. But it's not the end of the world either, you know. It's not a huge deal. Let's get these small pair of pliers, you know. I got a freaking big channel lock. Let's see. Screw it. We're using channel locks. Okay, let's get her fuel line off over here. I don't know how long it's been since this has been off. I need a straight blade screwdriver. It's probably been 14 years since this fuel line's been off. I don't even know. Well, yeah, she's on there pretty good, boys. There it is. She's off. And we're leaking fuel out. Okay. Let's see. And she's off. I can get to that spark plug a little bit easier. All right. Okay. So that's what it looks like so far. So I'm gonna change. See, the spark plug's down in there. I wonder how this hour meter works. I guess it goes off of that spark plug. But I'm gonna change that spark plug while I got it apart, and then obviously clean the air filter and stuff. But it's not too bad, not too bad at all. But switch some of the hardware from this tiny tank to the big tank. You can see. Well, you can't really tell from this, but there's a lot of fuel in this thing. So we'll go ahead and get all this stuff switched over, and then get that spark plug changed, and be back here in a second. All right, just like that, magic. It's on there. I'll bring it you off here in a minute and show you this. But there's the tank. Actually got the hour meter to kind of work again. I just stripped these bolts out, and man, I'll show you. But it looks all right. And change the spark plug. Here's the old one. Doesn't look horrible. I don't know if you all can see this or not, but I don't have a, Amy's not down here. I think you can see it all right, but that's the old spark plug. Got that, got the tank put on, got the shroud put back on, and clean the air filter. And then I noticed my petcock freaking moved from back here to up here. I'm gonna double check the box. We used the box yesterday for a BellLife.com video, but I need some more fuel line, and I might just put an inline fuel filter in it like Dad was saying a minute ago. Dad came over. But so you go from right there, and then it needs to go all the way over to here to the carburetor, obviously. So that's where we're at. Sun is so freaking bright. I don't know if y'all can see that. See there? Is this thing recording? I guess it is. See, there's the petcock. Now it's up here, and it's gonna go all the way over to here. So I'm gonna have to get a more fuel line and a filter and stuff. And one other thing I'm gonna do is there's a filter drying. Is I'm going to pull this rear tire off and turn it around. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can kind of see this, see how the knobs are kind of rounded. There's a sharp edge on this side, so I'm gonna turn this tire around so the sharp edge is on this side now. So I'm gonna pull that tire off and get that done. Oh, here's the hour meter. Forgot to show you all that. Turned out pretty good, I think. Well, it's right there. It's real dark in here, but see, turned out pretty good, I think. You can kind of see it's kind of crooked right there, but the neck of this tank doesn't really like it there, but there's nowhere else to put it. But as you get that, let me get that that fuel filter, fuel line done, get the tire turned around, and hopefully be good. It's Thursday now, and we race on Sunday, but we got a the boat is actually in Florence right now at Current Water Sports. It got winterized, and me and Amy and the baby went down and picked it up last week and brought it up and had it winterized. So today, Thursday, I got to try to get this stuff done, because tomorrow, well, we got to film for the BellLife Banks channel today too, tonight. But tomorrow I got to hook up to the boat, and we're going to take it back down to the lake and put it in the garage, and probably spend the night in a motel so the baby can swim in the pool, and then we'll come back Saturday morning. So I'll have Saturday to do some touch-up stuff on this thing, because we're going to leave for the race on Sunday morning. But it's coming along. Just I hope somebody around here's got some fuel line in stock. So another thing I think I want to change eventually are these foot pegs, because they're really slick. But anyways, I can talk for hours. So I'm going to pull this tire off, and actually I just pulled it off while I'm talking to y'all. But I got my little kit right here. Here, pre-socket on there, ready to go for this right here. If this thing fall over and hit the Harley, that would be awesome. But we'll go ahead and oh, my freaking things, it snapped. I can't even change the direction on it now. What a hunk of crap. Okay, never mind. That broke. My little selector switch is broken off, so get another ratchet. Adjustable. Ain't gonna work. Crazy thing. Almost got her. There's not really a better feeling than sitting on the starting line with a fresh set of tires. I know that, but we don't really need tires for these tires aren't in bad shape, so rubber mallet. So they're just gonna get turned around for this race. And there's a lot of freaking sand in there. Yeah. Save these, leave these here. Okay. Just like that, boys. So we'll get that turned around, nice sharp edge, and see if we got some fuel line. Maybe put an inline fuel filter in it. Put everything back together and call her good, right? So we'll be back. All right, and teleportation. There it is. Ready to freaking rip, man. So she is not, I think it's about 100% ready to go. So like I said, it's a Clark. I think it's a 3.1 gallon tank. Had to do a couple of different things. We had some things happen. Family stuff in the background, so I didn't really get to record everything. Here's the stock tank right there. I think that thing's 1.5 gallons, something like that. And you peek in there, and that's Eddie, our other brother, Garen's dad. He just got that bike. We'll go over that a little bit later in another video or something. But so what we had to end up doing was the stock petcock in this thing. That's not the stock one. The stock petcock had a discharge to the right here, to the left, towards the radiator. So I needed to loop it back around over to the carburetor. So I actually got on Amazon and got this thing for 13 bucks, and then they got some fuel line, so I just ran it directly from here to the carburetor, and it actually works. I like to get another piece of hose to run over top of this so it doesn't hit that, you know, it's not constantly on that head like that, or whatever you want to call it, the motor. But I think it turned out pretty daggone good. I always like the way oversized tanks look, especially when I'm riding and I look down and see, I don't know what it is, it's just OCD, I guess. But the one good thing about this is, y'all saw in a bunch of the videos, is that now I won't have to stop. So I can go at least, I can go 2.5 hours on this. I think I can make it at least. But I think it's 3.1 gallon tank, and then from that to 1.5, so it's over double the capacity. So turned out pretty good. Had to do a couple little, the actual hour meter, I don't know if you can even see that or not, so you can see it right there, mounted right there. Had to cross thread these bolts a little bit to make it fit in there, but it looked all right. Sorry, I got a cold too to top it off. But she is officially ready to go race. Got the rear tire turned around. See the nice new sharp edge right there. What else did we do? Oil change, air filter. I think that's about it. But she's ready to rip now. So if you see the bike in the background, that's actually one of our buddies, Brian. That's his bike. He's gonna go racing with us. I think it's a 2020 or 2019 YZ250F, so just like Brantley's, but just a couple years older. And this is Eddie's new bike. It's a Kawasaki 450X. So definitely stay tuned. We want to hopefully try to do a few more races this year before it gets really cold. But anyways, just wanted to finish this video all. Things are a little hard right now, so just please bear with us, and we will give you all an update when we can. So just trying to stay upbeat and positive as we can. So just please bear with us, and if you would subscribe here, and then subscribe to the BellLife Bangs, and also the Ask the BellLife, and then check us out on TheBellLife.com. All the links will be down in the description. Really would appreciate your all support, like you always do. So, but that's a secret weapon. I don't have to stop anymore, so I should technically do a little better, hopefully. But anyways, thank you all. I really do appreciate it, and love you all. We'll see you later.